working on a wall?
What?
Videoing you working on a wall? So we'll see how this goes. I forgot my holder again for the GoPro when I was taking the card out. I didn't put it back together before I brought it up here when we left this morning. So it's the first weekend in November. It's a little chilly out here today. It's in the 40s, I think, in the high 40s, but because we've had higher wind, like up to 20-mile-per-hour winds, it actually said on the weather thing that it feels like 39. So decided to come up here on a Saturday to start winterizing the camper, although I think we're going to hold off on that until Thanksgiving weekend. But we didn't bring the dogs this time. We were coming up here, heading down 81 South and around Martinsburg. There was a car fire on the highway and traffic was backed up for miles, so we dipped off the exit and got off on Route 9. Or was it exit 9? No, Route 9. And then ended up going to Berkeley Springs and stopped at a little, I don't know, weird store, gas station, restaurant mix. It's called, I think, Roy's or something. Anyway, met some locals in there that told us the best way to come to Romney from that direction. So we came out 522, cut down 127 to 50, and that brought us out near Augusta, which is just about 10 minutes outside of Romney. So we left at like 10 o'clock this morning, but didn't actually get up here at almost 2 with making a couple of stops. We also stopped at a store called the Trading Post, where we got discount smokes and beer. We got a case of who makes Northern Lights again? Hang on, let me go see. Let's see. Oh, Star Hill. We got a case of Star Hill for $12. So that was pretty awesome. 50 cents a beer, right? Or is that a 20? Yeah, 50 cents a beer. So Star Hill, it's we ended up getting 6 Grateful Pale Ales, 6 Northern Lights, 6 of some wheat beer, and then a Golden Ale. So that was kind of cool to get for $12. And then Mitzi got a knife to whittle with, a pink-handled folding knife, and I also brought up a carving kit that I bought this week on Amazon, and a book on how to carve faces. So we'll see if I get to doing any carving this weekend in the random wood that we have around here. So we got up here, ate some fried chicken, and had some beer, and I've been watching videos from the trail cams. We got through the first trail cam. Had a few nights with a lot of deer, and there was also some stuff on there with a lot of birds that were in the creek, like splashing around and getting drinks. And but then there was a lot of nothing too. I think the squirrel sets the stupid thing off a lot, and also the birds, and there was some really windy days and rainy days that set the thing off a lot too. So we got some cool pictures of the creek, some woodpecker shots. So I don't know, it was interesting to watch. The other one that we're getting ready to go through is from the trail cam that we used to have just out here on the tree that I cut down that almost killed me a couple weeks ago. But I moved that trail cam to up farther up along a deer trail. So we'll see what is going on up there. So that's it for now. Chilly weekend. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer tomorrow because it's not supposed to be as much wind. It's supposed to be, I think, about 52. So maybe we'll get a little bit done. But like I said, we're not going to winterize until Thanksgiving weekend. We'll come up here probably like the day after Thanksgiving and take care of it then. So, cheers. So the wall's coming along. It's this little dry stack wall. She's building along the edge of our driveway here. All right, so our weekend's coming to a close here. Today turned out to be a pretty nice day. The wind died down, and but it was pretty cold this morning. Bitsy had the fine idea of putting our little space heater in the porta-john and let it warm up in there before we went in to use the bathroom. So that was much better than sitting out there in the 30-some-odd degree weather. But this afternoon it's been in the low 50s and a little breeze here and there. But I did do a little bit of cleaning right here. This area had a dead rotten tree that had fallen over, so got the chainsaw out, cut that up, dug the rest of the stump out of the ground. And so now we've got a little bit better cleared area for the most part. Because it's fall and all the leaves, stuff's pretty ratty looking everywhere, but at least this is cleared open. There's a couple little trees here that were starting to grow. I cut those down to get those little stumps out eventually, but maybe we'll let them rot over winter. Oh, I was standing up here by the creek a little while ago. A big fat squirrel came running along the creek with a big black walnut in his mouth. And there was a tree that over the past week or so in one of the storms had fallen across the creek up here. And so I had pulled that off, or pulled that out from being across the creek, and I think he had been using that for a bridge. And he was looking for a place to cross. First he checked out that rock there, decided he didn't like that. And he went over here and checked that out. And he finally went down to that rock down there in the creek over there and jumped across, and he made it without getting wet. He went across and ran way back in there in the woods. We don't know. There was a flock of birds that came down like every day and were setting it off. Birds were setting it off, flapping around in the stream, taking baths and splashing around. And most of the time they were off of the camera, but you could hear their wings fluttering. But there was one video that came up where they were kind of like way down in the corner of the screen, and so it was kind of neat to see them all going crazy. Yeah, having a bird bath party. And there was a woodpecker that stopped by a few different times, and he was hopping around on a tree that was there by the creek. But that's about it. Looking forward to spring already, so we can get back up here for weekends and warmer weather, and we're planning on coming up at least once, if not twice, for a whole week next year, because I'll have more vacation next year. So I'd like to spend a week here in the late spring and then maybe again in the summer. So we'll see how it goes. And hopefully we'll be a little bit financially more stocked up so that we can do more driveway putting in. And if we get really crazy with the Cheez Whiz, yeah. If we get Anyway, if we have enough money, we'll not only do the more driveway, we'll also maybe put in the well and the septic and electric running back to the place that we clear for the build site. So who knows? That's a lot of money. So little bits at a time. And in the meantime, I'll just keep cutting down trees and weed whacking and clearing out brushy, crappy, viney areas. So anyway, I think that's it. See you next time.